We don't need leaders who put more conflict in the room. It's easy. It's not difficult. We need someone to create space. Because it's very hard if you really want to rethink where you're going. You need at least to have time to rethink what you're doing. But if everyone is flooding the zone with all kinds of shit, if there's constant movement, that's a tricky trickster trick. It's a tactic, making sure you cannot think anymore. Meaning that thinking and observing what's going on and seeing the patterns is maybe the biggest act of activism at this moment. And how sad is that? We need to create the physical space to have these conversations, to take the time to do so. We need to take time. We need to create magical time, time where we can rethink, where we can discuss what's old and new and how do we do that. We need head space to do so. So we need leaders to provide us with that. And then, when we have that space, and we sit together, maybe let's say at a campfire, at a metaphorical campfire where I am willing to share what's on my mind and on my heart. And I share my thoughts and my beliefs, and you do the same. And I say, you know, I'll be willing to be touched by what you say. And I'll be willing to maybe even change my mind and maybe even change my heart because of our conversation. And you do the same. Then we have transformational conversations. That's it. That's campfire conversations. It's something different than transactional conversations where we hit bullet points at each other. That's also nice. It's called a meeting. So the question is, do you have enough campfire conversations? And then you take the time, and then the tears will be there. And then you need to hold space. You're at the place where your soul's being built. Now you go build it. But how do I do that? Put a blanket over your head and lay on the couch and listen. And have true conversations. Stay with the discomfort. Don't walk away from it. Just stay with it, be with it. And through that, we have our conversation. And then, yeah, we'll have conflict. Yes, because we have different views. And yes, I might be in a position that I lose something if we change. So I might be very fierce and you'll be different. And then we talk. And that's where it happens, because people shape cultures and cultures shape people through two processes, which are... I love doing that. That's all. So who decides what and why? And we need to help a dialogue to happen. And then we have all these views and these ideas, and we accept that we're lost. Cool. And at one point, we need to decide something. Because the other thing I come across in organizations and in people's lives is that we have all those ideas, but no one decides anything. And then we leave it, and then we have this great experience, we have this rush of this cool meeting and all these things we could do, but then the next day, you know, the email box. So we need to shift, and we need to actually redesign our world, so we need to facilitate movement, make decisions, turning ideas into actions, make mistakes, make them brilliantly, and learn from it. Because when you're lost in the woods and you don't know where to go, you want to find your roadmap, right? But it's not there. That's the whole point. You got to create it. You can't create a roadmap just by sitting at the fire. You got to walk. And you walk a route and say, no, this is not the right one. You walk back, and then you tell the others. You don't, keep it for yourself. You share it with the others. And the thing is, at that campfire, while you're lost, there will always someone, with a torch underneath their face saying, whoa, that's very funny. Don't make them the leaders.